I am Pedro. Ako si Pedro. An OFW. You know, overseas Filipino worker. I left everything familiar behind to chase a dream, to give my family a chance at a better life. Every day, I remind myself why I'm here, even when it gets tough. Every morning, I wake up in a bed that's not my own, in a country that's not my home. The walls are different, the air is colder, and sometimes the silence is deafening. Another day, another struggle. The alarm rings before the sun rises, and I push myself to get up, even when my body aches from yesterday's work. But this is the life I chose, for my family, for a better future. Sacrifice is the price I pay for hope. I remember the day I left Manila, the heat, the noise, the tears in my mother's eyes. My father's strong embrace, my siblings waving goodbye, all of it burned into my memory. The weight of my bag was nothing compared to the weight in my heart. Each step away from them felt heavier than the last. Now all I have is the cold silence of dawn in a foreign land. I put on my uniform and try to wear a brave face even when I feel alone. They call me Pete here. It's easier for them, but it's not me. Sometimes I wonder if I'm losing a part of myself with every passing day. Every step takes me further from home, but closer to my dreams. I hold on to that thought, even when the streets are empty and the world feels distant. Hours blend into days, days into months. But each moment here is a step towards a better life for my family. I remind myself that every sacrifice, every drop of sweat is for them. Kumusta, mahal? How are things at home? Seeing their faces on the screen makes all the hard work worth it, even if just for a moment.
We miss you, Pedro, but we're doing well. Your son won a medal at school today. He talks about you every night before bed. As the sun sets and I walk home, tired but hopeful, I know that every sacrifice is building a future for those I love. This is my journey, and I carry my family with me, every single day.
Every morning, the city wakes before the sun, and so do I. The train to work is crowded, packed with strangers chasing their own dreams. The air is thick with exhaustion and hope, and I squeeze in, shoulder to shoulder with people I barely know. Faces blur past me, a sea of unfamiliar lives. None of them look like home, and yet we all share this journey. I wonder if they feel as lost as I do sometimes. I hold onto the rail, steadying myself, thinking of the family I left behind. The train rattles on, carrying me further from the life I once knew. The factory looms ahead, its walls cold and unwelcoming. But inside, the machines hum, a steady rhythm I've learned to understand, even when the language around me is foreign. At the factory, machines hum. Their noise drowns out my worries, and I lose myself in the repetition. It's a language I've learned to understand, a comfort in its own way. My hands move quickly, almost on their own, guided by routine and necessity. But today was different. Everything went wrong. The machines stuttered, alarms blared, and panic spread across the floor. The boss was angry, his words sharp, cutting. I felt so small, like I didn't belong here at all. Shame burned in my chest, and I wanted to disappear. When my shift ended, the city felt colder. The streets at dusk seemed endless, and I walked with heavy steps, doubts swirling in my mind. I wanted to quit, to run back home. But where is home now? The place I left feels so far away. I see my reflection in the glass, searching for the person I used to be. Home is a memory. The smell of adobo, the sound of my mother's laughter, the warmth of family dinners. All of it feels like another lifetime. But I keep walking because I have a reason to stay. My dreams are waiting for me, even if they seem far away tonight. I reach my apartment, tired but determined, holding on to hope as tightly as my keys. Home is a dream, a future I'm building bolt by bolt, peso by peso. Each day I get a little closer. And as the city lights fade into the night, I remind myself, I am not alone. My journey continues, and so does my hope. Then, a message from my wife. My hands shook as I answered, heart pounding in my chest. It was late, and the world outside my window was silent, but inside my thoughts raced with hope and longing. My fingers, rough from work, trembled as I swiped to answer. Every call from home is precious, a lifeline that keeps me going through the toughest days. The screen flickered to life, casting a soft glow on my tired face. In that moment, the distance between us seemed to shrink, if only for a while. And there they were, my family, in our new house. The walls behind them freshly painted, laughter echoing through the video call. I could almost smell the familiar scent of home. My daughter, beaming with pride, showing me her medal, first in class. Her eyes sparkled with excitement as she told me about her day, her dreams, her hopes for the future. My son, in his new school uniform, standing tall, proud. He looked older, more confident, as if he understood the sacrifices I make for him. In that moment I realized, this is why I'm here. This is what it's all for. Every early morning, every long shift, every lonely night spent far from home. The tears in my eyes were not just from sadness, but from pride and gratitude. I am more than just an OFW. I am a builder of dreams, a provider. Tomorrow I'll wake up again in this foreign bed, but I'll stand taller, knowing my sacrifices are building a better future for those I love. Work harder, dream bigger, because now I remember. Every challenge I face here is a step forward for my family back home. I am Pedro, Ako si Pedro, an OFW, and I am making a difference. My journey is not just for me, but for every Filipino who dares to dream beyond borders. This is my journey, this is my story, and it's far from over. Each day brings new challenges, but also new reasons to keep going. Because every sacrifice brings me one step closer to home. One step closer to the embrace of my family, to the place where my heart truly belongs. The world may be vast, but love and hope bridge every distance. For every OFW, every sacrifice is a promise to return, to reunite, and to keep the Filipino spirit alive wherever we are. This is the story of Pedro, and of millions like me. Our journey continues, fueled by love, hope, and the dream of coming home.